Alright, as usual, take your phone and turn it. Let's do some Solohammer. So today's going to be a very interesting matchup because they are models I have not used in 3rd edition at all, including a bit of chaos. So let's go through these armies real quick. For the Space Marines, we have one unit of Terminators. They only have Stormbolters. I couldn't upgrade them to have the autocannon, so sorry. And we have a Librarian. He doesn't have the power armor and he does not have the Stormbolter. He has a bolt pistol and the power weapon. Moving over to Chaos. This was an interesting one to do since I don't play Chaos. But this is supposed to be a Nurgle army. I'm still working on it. But over here, we have an Exalted Champion with a power weapon. He is 75 points. We have a Demon Prince with 60 points. 5 Plague Marines at 20 points each. That's a 100-point unit. I don't own Plague Marines, so if you have like 2 of them, these are proxy models. And then a Dread coming in at 75 points. Oddly enough, I was able to get it so that each army is 310 points exactly, which isn't bad. Now, let's see who goes first. Space Marines are red, Chaos is black. Chaos goes first. And as you can imagine, it's just going to be a straight walk forward with these guys, so march. Also, technically, the Exalted Champion and the Librarian are part of their units, so there's just one unit, and that's just one unit. Because I heard people say that having the retinue is actually important. But yeah, let's see if they're in shooting range. So the Plague Marines are within range of the Terminators. So they're going to fire their shots into them. Their Bliss skill 4, so 3 to hit. Strength 4 the bolter into their thing. Strength 4 against toughness 4 is forced wound. And Terminator gets a 2-up save. Okay. Okay, I don't know how that happened. I don't know how that works. The Chaos Dread is going to fire its twin-linked autocannon into the Terminators. Alright, 2 shots from the autocannon hitting on... Oh god, what is that bliss? 3s. Reroll the 1. Strength 7 against toughness 4, so 2s. Okay. 2-up save. Okay, they're fine. Alright, with that all said and done, we're going to move on to Space Marines turn 1. Alright, they have moved up and now they're going to shoot. Alright, so ignoring the fact that Librarian has a bolt pistol, we're going to use Smite instead, which is a 12-inch range, strength 4, AP 2, assault 1 blast on the Demon Prince. So it uses a small blast template, and we're just going to pop it on here. Pop it on here. Pop it. It's there. It's where he is. Alright, now does it move? It goes 4 inches that way. Damn it. And due to warp warp fuckery, it ends up on the other side of the building. What a shame. The Terminators are going to each fire their Stormbolters into the Plague Marines. Alright, 8 shots sitting on 3s. So it's strength 4 against toughness 5, so it's going to be 5s to wound. Oh, never mind. Alright, so they are not within 6 inches to actually charge, so we go back to Chaos turn 2. Alright, everything's moving up. Alright, everything but the Dreadnought is gonna move up because it doesn't need to, it's in range. Alright, the Plague Marines bolt pistols, bolt guns, and the Champion's bolt pistol hitting on 3s. And then strength 4 against toughness 4, so wounding on 4s. Alright, 2-up save. Alright, he's fine. The autocannon going into the Terminator, hitting on 3s, re-rolling, strength 7 against toughness 4, so 2s, And the Terminators get a 2-up save. And they're fine. Alright, time for the charge phase. That demon is going to charge into the Space Marine. Alright, so the demon and the librarian go at the same time. The demon gets +1 attack because it's charged, so let's do that mess. Alright, the Chaos Demon is hitting on 3s, and the librarian is hitting on 4s. Lovely. Alright, the Space Marine needs to get a 5-up, and the demon needs to get 4-up. To wound. Yikes. Alright, the Demon Prince is a monstrous creature, so we have to roll 2d6 for arm penetration, and it ignores the armor of the opponent in close combat. So, AP 5. 3-up save, so it takes, I believe it takes it doesn't get the armor save, so it doesn't get a save. So, it just takes the 2 wounds, which means the librarian's dead. Well, 3 points to, 3 points to the demons. They're in the lead. Well, now the rest of that unit's gonna start piling into them. Now they all have special weapons. Not special weapons, power weapons. And they're all, it's 2 attacks base, so 8 attacks. Alright, weapon skill 4 against weapon skill 6, so 4s to hit. That is dreadful. Strength 4 against toughness 4, so 4s to wound. Alright, and since the power weapons ignore armor saves, the 3 wound model unit is destroyed. Goodbye, demon. I'm kidding, it's a demon. It's got 5-up and roll the save. Sadly, still down to 1 wound. Alright, we now move on to Space Marines turn 2, and they're in combat, so we're going to jump back right into that mess. Alright, so the demon gets 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. Strength 5 against toughness 4, so 3s again. The Marine does not get its save, so it's just slaughtered. The other Terminators hit back on 4s. And wounding on 4s. 5-up and vulnerable save from the demon. Oh, it takes a wound. Oh, it's dead. Alright, on that note, that's 1 point for Marines, 3 for Chaos. And they're gonna move up to consolidate. Actually, they're gonna move back a bit. Although then again, whatever. Alright, Chaos turn 3. Alright, now they're closer. Now they're going to shoot at them. We'll do the cannon first. 2 shots from the cannon, hitting on 3s. Wounding on 2s. 2-up save. 5. 11 shots from the Plague Marines into them, hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. 2-up save. Oh, lovely. And now time for the charge. So the Exalted Champion goes first. He's going to have 4 attacks with weapon skill 5. So 3s to hit, 4s to wound, and power weapons ignore the armor save. So 2 dudes are just gone. They can't make their saves. And then the rest of the Marines are gonna try to finish off that lone Terminator. So the Terminator the Terminator and the Plague Marines go at the same time, so they both need 3s to hit. Alright. Alright, the Plague Marines need 4s to wound, and the Terminator needs a 5, because Plague Marines are resilient. Oh, he got it. The Space Marine gets a save. He's fine. But he is wielding a power weapon, so one of the no invulnerable save for you, Mr. Marine. And that ends Chaos turn 3. Time for Space Marines turn 3. So before we actually do turn 3, I actually did do a leadership test for the Terminator, which is the weirdest thing I think has ever been uttered out of my mouth as a wargaming player. Because you don't think something called a Terminator would ever need a leadership test. But he is outnumbered, so 8. So he is outnumbered 4-1. And if the score is equal to or lower, then it passed. That is not the case. He is falling back. How far back does it go? Goes back 7 inches. So he goes back 7 inches, and Yeah, that kind of sucks for him. At least it wasn't 8 inches where he got pushed off the board, because in this game, this line right here, that's the board edge, not where the paper ends. Alright, but on his turn 3, how regrouping works is that a unit can attempt to regroup as long as it has 50% of its starting strength. Okay, that's a no. Has no enemy units within 6 inches. They are 6 inches away because he moved back 7. And all models are within 2 unit coordinates. He's all by himself. A unit that fails to regroup and falls back through cover gets another chance to regroup. A unit that falls back. Yeah, he's just gonna fall back again, and that's off the table. He's gone. So wow, first game with Chaos, and Chaos won. Huh. I always found it's really unusual that even though that was like points, 310 points each army, like there were so many more wounds on one side compared to the other, and you think that the saving throws and the leadership chest, I digress. Alright. And with that ends my playing of 3rd edition for 2024 January. Yeah, I played every army at least once against each other, and I had a lot of fun. Now we're going to go through how I messed up. So first of all, I'm only using the big black book. The only other books that I'm using externally was the Necron Codex for 3rd edition. I didn't even bother to use the Tyranid Codex for 3rd edition because I wanted to just use the book. So, any rules that exist outside of this book, I have no idea, but I will try to adjust them in due time. Alright, so the first rule I messed up was the instant death special rule for that first battle with Space Marines versus Necrons. The last cannon would have destroyed the Scarabs. It would have, yeah. My bad. The next one is Orcs versus Tyranids. They asked, do the shooter boys have like frag grenades or like grenades in general? And according to these rules, they don't get them. Like the Orc stick boy bombers, they have them, but I was running the shooter boys, so I may be wrong, but I don't think I am. Okay, so the next one is from Space Marines vs. Dark Eldar. They were talking about having the command squad or having the HQ unit attached to a squad, and this actually is very important because the command squad can actually have the buffs from not only the leadership of the commander and the save he provides, but also with the characters that you can include. Apothecary and Standard Bearer can help increase, saves and or ignoring certain things, and being able to get an additional attack. So, yeah, I started using it more after this. The next rule I got one wrong, and this was totally because I just mislooked, is that the last cannon only has one shot. This is from Space Marines vs. Tyranids, and I accidentally swapped the heavy 1 with a heavy 2 from the assault cannon. I wasn't paying attention. Not assault cannon, auto cannon. I looked at that and I'm like, okay, so it's 2 strings. But yeah, it does get the reroll because it was twin linked. The next rule I botched when I was playing that same game was Power Fist and Power Claws. They double your strength up to 10, but they're always last in initiative because of how unwieldy they can be. So yeah, I messed that up. Along with the Monstrous Creature special rule, which basically allows monstrous models to ignore armor saves. Yeah, I was still getting used to playing this, and I'm still not used to playing this. Right, in the next bout is Space Marine versus Orcs, and I done goof. So, how you find out what to shoot a weapon, you have to use the ballistic skill, which is 2 for the entire army of Orcs. And if you look on, if you look on the rolling to hit, if you have a 2, you have a 5+ to hit. Yeah. Mess all around. Also, in that same fight, I forgot to utilize the special rule for Orc Mobs, which basically allows 2d6 for and if the score is equal to or less than the number of orcs, then the orcs carry on. It's basically a secondary leadership test, so they don't fall back the way I kept having to do and losing that. Yeah, I feel bad about that. The last one was from yesterday's game. Yesterday for me, I don't know how long for you, but it was Space Marines versus Dark Eldar? Nope, Orcs versus Dark Eldar. So, I had forgotten. So, I didn't really forget this, but I did not upgrade those two armies because I was out of points to do the upgrades with. But yes, one of the models was actually equipped with a shredder, and that would have been really great to take out the orcs with. And yeah, I have no excuse. The only excuse I can have, A, I forgot, and B, I didn't include them in the upgrades for points value. So, my bad. And with that, Warhammer, Solohammer, 300 points, 3rd edition games are over. We're gonna jump back into 10th with February, and because I have some newer models I want to play with next month. I got another Dreadnought for Space Marines, and I got something for the Tau, so we're gonna be playing with that next month. And I would just like to thank you for watching, liking the videos. I got a lot of subscribers from this, so that was fun. Yeah, as usual, if you enjoyed my content, like the video, comment what I did wrong, because I know I did, and stay tuned for more Solohammer in the future. Bye.